Hello my dear viewers, welcome back to Simply Ruhoni. Welcome back to the World Cooking series. In this series we are going to travel from continent to continent, country to country, where we are going to cook their famous or rather unique dishes which are found in these countries. For the ingredients, it might be a challenge to get all the ingredients that we want, but guess what? We are going to use whatever is easily available where you are. So get ready to taste various recipes which are found all around the world, and also to learn a bit more about the country that we will be visiting. And for this episode, we are still in Africa and we are going to visit Morocco, or officially known as the Kingdom of Morocco. But first, I want to express my heartfelt condolences to the people of Morocco due to the devastating earthquake which has claimed the lives of more than 2,000 people and leaving more than 5,000 people injured. May the hand of God be upon you and see you through this difficult time. And today we are going to cook couscous, the national dish of Morocco. It tops the list of the best Moroccan dishes. But first, where is Morocco? Morocco is situated in North Africa and it's one of the countries in Maghreb region. Maghreb region, popularly known as the west part of Arab world, comprises of 5 other countries. Here are the ingredients. We have our carrot, chili, lime, we have peppers, green, red and yellow, we have spring onions and coriander leaves. These are the spices. We have cumin, turmeric and coriander. And here is our main ingredient, the couscous. And we are going to serve our couscous with the meatballs. We also have additional ingredients. Here are the tomatoes and onions for our meatball sauce. I'm going to use peanuts. Of course, the recipe calls for pine nuts. And here we have the dried fruits. And here are the onions, finely chopped. And we are going to fry them separately. And finally, here is the vegetable stock, but you can, however, use either chicken or beef stock. And now let us start with the preparations. We are going to start by preparing our vegetables. Moroccan cuisine is considered as one of the most diversified cuisine in the world, mainly fusion of Moorish, European and Mediterranean cuisine. Moroccans use spices extensively, and in terms of meat, chicken and beef are widely eaten. For our vegetables, I cut them into different shapes. There are those which I'm going to use in our couscous dish, and others we are going to use in our meatball sauce. But again, this is not a rule. You can cut your vegetables into whatever shape that you prefer. And for the spring onions, I'm going to use only the white part of the onion. Now that I'm done with the preparations of our vegetables, now let us prepare our tomatoes. Here I've just blended tomato, onion and coriander seeds. Finally, we are going to chop the yellow, green and red peppers plus the carrots into small pieces. Just like this, and then we are going to set it aside. As a reminder, this couscous dish can be served with chicken or beef, or you can just have it with vegetables. It's not a must that you need to have meat. Now let us start our cooking process. I've just noticed that some of the pieces are too big, and I just wanted first to reduce them into smaller pieces. After that, I added salt, plenty of salt. Make sure that your vegetables are well seasoned. Then I added olive oil, and lastly I add garlic. And then after that, mix well to make sure that all your vegetables are well coated with the seasoning. and we are going to cook them into the oven. At first I set them at 20 minutes at 200 degrees centigrade. But then after 20 minutes I added 20 minutes more, so in total I cooked them at 200 centigrade for 40 minutes. While we are waiting for our vegetables to cook, now let us start by separating our onions. So who are Moroccan's neighbors? On east it borders Algeria and south it borders Western Sahara. Morocco has a population of about 37 million people and 3 ethnic groups, majority of them being the Arabs. So now we are going to start by preparing our meatball sauce. I've added oil and now I'm adding garlic sauce. Cook for about a minute or two, and then we are going to add our mixture of onion and tomatoes. Mix well, cover and let it cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Meanwhile, let us check our veggies. After 40 minutes they are ready and we are going to set them aside. 99.6% of the Moroccans are Muslim, leaving less than 1% to other religions. Okay, so now let us continue. Our tomatoes are ready and now we are going to add the coconut milk. So this is about 300 ml of coconut milk. Mix well, and then after that add your add your meatballs. Mix to make sure that they are covered well with the sauce, and then add some of your vegetable stock. Mix again and then add 1 teaspoon of paprika, then cover and let it cook. Capital city of Morocco is Rabat and the largest city is Casablanca. So while our meatballs are cooking, now let us fry our onions. Again, as a reminder, make sure that you have separated your onion rings. This way they are going to cook faster and they are not going to bind to each other. Our minced meat stew is ready. And lastly, we are going to add our chopped vegetables with the chili. Mix well, then cover and switch off the stove. And so the onions, though they are a bit burned, now take them out of the oil and set them aside. Morocco has a very rich culture, mix of Arab, Berber, African and Europe culture. Traditionally, men and women wore jalaba, which is a robe with a long sleeves and a hood. Okay, now the time has come. Now let us start to make our couscous dish. In a pan here, I'm adding oil and then onions. Fry until they are translucent. Then add garlic and cook for a minute or two until the garlic is cooked. Then add dried grapes. Cook for a minute. And then lastly add your vegetable stock. Mix well. Then we are going to add salt, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and half teaspoon of turmeric powder. Mix well and then cover and bring your mixture to boil. So what is the state of the Moroccan economy? It is the 5th largest economy in Africa by GDP, where the service sector contributing more than half of it. As you can see, our mixture has started to boil. Okay, switch off the stove and pour in your couscous. Mix your couscous well, and then after that cover well and let it set for a period of 5 to 10 minutes. So what is so popular in Morocco? Like I said, it is known as the Arab West, rich in culture which is centered on the region, abundance of beach and deserts. We have Marrakech, the Red City, one of the most romantic cities in the world. And then Fez City, known for historical museums and gardens, and Medina's the historical downtowns and places. Now the time has come for us to serve our dish. We have everything here ready. Now let us serve. So here is our couscous, fluffy and ready to be served. So we are going to add the peanuts or any other nuts that are available where you are. Our vegetables, again you can add any vegetables of your choice. Then mix well. Then add coriander leaves for garnish. Now let us serve our dish. As you can see, the nuts, the veggies, and then add our meatball sauce at the center. And finish by adding fried onions at the top. And here is our couscous dish from Morocco. Shukran. Thank you so very much for watching.